Here is ECFS3003 Group 13 presentation on technology and the young child. Introduction. Digital literacy has become an essential part of early childhood education in today's technologically advanced environment. This research discusses the benefits of interactive storybooks in the classroom, the significance of digital access in the home, the obstacles to such access, and the function of assistive technologies in helping children with special needs. To close learning gaps, the conversation emphasizes the necessity of fair digital possibilities using evidence from research and real world examples. The definition for digital literacy. Digital literacy is the ability to access, manage, integrate, assess, and produce knowledge safely and morally using digital technology, communicating tools, and network known as digital literacy. International Society for Technology in Education ISTE 2016. Digital literacy for preschoolers entails acquiring the fundamental abilities needed to use age-appropriate digital tools, comprehend multimedia information, and participate in interactive technological learning activities. Digital literacy development. Digital literacy development is crucial for toddlers. Here are two reasons. The first reason, early exposure promotes better language and cognitive development. I'll expound. Emergent literacy and language development are supported when digital literacy is incorporated in early childhood education. Multimodal learning experiences offered by digital tools like interactive storybooks, instructional games, and apps can improve comprehension, phonemic awareness, and vocabulary. Newman 2016. For instance, by strengthening word memory and storytelling abilities, digital storybooks with audio narration and visual hints help scaffold learning for young children. Number two, educates children for digital citizenship and future learning. Early digital literacy prepares children to utilize technology responsible and competently responsibly and competently as they get older. In the increasing digital world of today, teaching children the fundamentals of digital skills early on helps them to prepare for school and encourages their access to information. Donahue 2015. Preschool instructions in digital literacy establishes the foundation for responsible digital citizenship, which includes knowing how to behave safely online and use technology for team work and creativity.
Language development is improved by interactive literacy resources. Children can interact with a vast array of literacy-rich content on digital devices that have internet connectivity, such as phonics program, educational games, interactive ebooks, and storytelling applications. These materials frequently incorporate multimodal elements that enrich emerging reading abilities like vocabulary acquisition, phonemic awareness, and comprehension, such as animation, sound effect, and word highlighting. Parent literacy involvement is facilitated by home technology. One of the most important practices in the early digital literacy is joint media engagement, which is encouraged when parents and children utilize technology together. By posting queries, exhibiting literacy skills, and promoting material conversation, parents can scaffold their child's learning. Children have a deeper understanding of language and learn to relate digital experience to languages used in the real world engagement. Filling up the literacy gap in underprivileged area, particularly in areas where access to books and educational resources is restricted. Technology and internet connectivity can aid in migrating disparities in literacy development. As an alternative to print-rich setting, digital libraries, audiobooks, and literacy-focused apps can help guarantee that all children, regardless of financial background, have access to early reading experience.
Potential contributors to children not having internet access at home. So, first, we have financial barriers. So, many families would struggle to afford internet service or digital devices like tablets, phones, laptops, computers. This lack of access would limit preschoolers' opportunities to engage with educational videos, games, and interactive reading tools that support early learning and development. Then we have rural and remote connectivity. So, in some rural areas, internet coverage or connectivity is poor or completely unavailable. Even when families can afford the technology, they have no service to connect to the internet. This creates a significant disadvantage for children in these areas that rely highly on internet connectivity for the digital platforms. Then we have limited digital literacy among parents. Sometimes the device is available, the internet access is available, but the parents or guardians they lack the knowledge and support the child would need for these learning platforms. They may not know how to find a safe educational website or how to set up parental controls to monitor what students or children are doing. This can result in missed learning opportunities or inappropriate use of the internet. Now, potential negative outcomes of children not having internet access at home. So, now because of these barriers mentioned before, preschoolers without internet access may struggle with early literacy. They might fall behind in school readiness and even feel left out when others talk about tech based learning tools that they use at home.
One solution for addressing a lack of digital access for preschool classroom is the using of low-tech digital resources like interactive storybooks. So, what are interactive storybooks? Children's books with interactive features such as sound effects, flaps, pop-ups, animations, and touch-sensitive parts are interactive storybooks. These components boost children's engagement and make reading livelier and more pleasurable by encouraging active participation. Interactive storybooks are beneficial for preschoolers. Preschool education can benefit greatly from interactive storybooks since they provide immersive and captivating experiences that improve language development, cognitive ability, and the fine motor skills. These picture books encourage active learning and can be especially successful when the interactive elements are presented in a way that is developmentally appropriate and pertinent to the story. So, when digital resources are limited in preschool classrooms, interactive storybooks provide a creative, low tech way to engage young children and promote early literacy by making traditional reading more interactive and multisensory.
Digital access and assistive technologies at the Savannah Inclusive Academy, Jamaica. Savannah Inclusive Academy in Jamaica is recognized as a leading educational institution dedicated to ensuring equitable access to education for children with special needs. The school acknowledges the vital role of assistive technologies in reducing the challenges that students with disabilities may encounter while using typical devices or participating in mainstream classroom. Assistive technology provisions. The Academy has adopted a range of assistive technologies aimed at supporting students with special educational needs, especially those facing learning disabilities, speech challenges, and other communication difficulties. Augmentative and Alternative Communication Devices AAC. For students with speech impairments, the Academy provides AAC tools that facilitates effective communications. This includes options from basic picture boards to advanced speech generating devices, which produce spoken output when users select symbols. This technology is essential for improving communication skills in nonverbal students or those who find speaking difficult. Speech to text software. The school offers softwares that enable students with writing challenges to verbalize their thoughts, translating spoken words into written text. This tool is particularly helpful for those struggling with fine motor skills or learning disabilities like dysgraphia. Interactive learning tools. Savannah Lamar Inclusive Academy employs interactive whiteboards and educational software that encompass various multimedia resources for instructions. These tools engage students through visual and auditory prompts, accommodating diverse learning styles and making lesson more accessible. Specialized tablets and application. The institution utilizes tablets equipped with tailored applications designed for children with special needs. These apps focus on developing skills in literacy, numeracy, and social interactions, providing personalized learning experiences that adjust to meet individual students' requirements. Visual and auditory support. The Academy incorporates visual aids such as graphic organizers, tactile resources, and manipulatives, along with auditory aid like sound amplification system to assist students with different levels of sensory impairments. The integration of assistive technology at the Savannah Lamar Inclusive Academy is fundamental in supporting children with special educational needs by offering an array of resources tailored to their distinct learning styles. The school cultivates an inclusive educational atmosphere where every child can flourish. This dedication to implementing assistive technologies not only improves educational outcomes but also enhances the overall well-being and social inclusion of students with disabilities in Jamaica.
Hey guys, so today I'm going to read the story The Best Vacation Ever. One bright morning, Zuri woke up to the sound of the rooster crowing. Cock-a-doodle-doo! She stretched and smiled. Today we go on a vacation. Mama packed their beach bag with towels, swimwear, and Zuri's favorite sun hat. Don't forget the sunscreen, said Papa. Going to Tobago on a ferry is going to be the best vacation ever, said Mama. When they reached the dock, the big ferry was waiting. Zuri held Papa's hand and looked at the blue sea. Look, flying fish, she shouted. The ferry rocked gently as they sailed past islands and boats. Zuri ate a bun and cheese while watching pelicans dive for fish. When they got to Tobago, they went straight to the beach. The sand was soft and white. The palm trees waved in the breeze. Zuri made a sandcastle and decorated it with shells and seaweed. She ran into the waves laughing, splash, splash. She saw tiny crabs and picked up a starfish, but gently put it. After swimming, they dried off and went to the market. Zuri saw mangoes, bananas, plantains, and pineapples all in bright baskets. I want coconut water, Zuri said. The vendor chopped the coconut water with a cutlass and gave her a straw. Cool and sweet, said Zuri. That night, they danced at a street festival. There was calypso music, steel pan, and people wore bright costumes. Zuri danced and shook a maraca. I love this beach, she laughed. When it was bedtime, Zuri curled up in her hammock. She looked at the stars through the window. This was really, she whispered, the best vacation ever. So hey guys, here are 5 new words that you've learned from this story. Rooster. A rooster is a boy chicken. He says cock-a-doodle-doo in the morning. A ferry. A ferry is a big boat that carries people and cars across water. Pelicans. Pelicans are big birds with long beaks. They catch fish in their big mouths. Vendor. A vendor is a person who sells things like fruits or drinks at a market. America. America is a music shaker. You shake it to make a fun sound. Hope that you've learned something new today. Bye.
Conclusion. In summary, early digital literacy is an essential starting point for lifelong learning and fair access to education. Technology integration in the home promotes meaningful parental involvement, fills literacy gaps in underprivileged populations, and enhances emergent language and cognitive development. Children's access to these advantages, however, may be hampered by obstacles including limited parental computer literacy, geographic restriction, restrictions, and Financial limitations, as demonstrated at school like Savannah Lamar Inclusive Academy in Jamaica. Solutions like interactive storybooks and the use of assistive technologies show how carefully integration may improve learning for all children, even those with special needs. Early childhood education must continue to dedicate to be dedicated to offering safe, inclusive, and developmentally appropriate digital experiences that foster each child's potential as technology advances.